Do you want to create a custom version of ChatGPT that's made just for you? Well, you can with Pickaxe. Now watch my review to learn how you can create custom GPTs with specific knowledge so that it can help you with specific tasks. Now Pickaxe is one of AppSumo's tools of the year. Now, if you want access to this Notion spreadsheet, by the way, this includes other must-have SaaS tools for digital entrepreneurs to grow your business. I update this on a regular basis, so you definitely want to bookmark this Notion spreadsheet. Click the link in my description to get this completely free. Now, Pickaxe starts at $79 for Tier 1. It comes with 250 monthly credits, 3 studios, 1 action per tool, and you can bring your own OpenAI key, which will be very helpful if you reach your monthly credits. It also includes these other features as well. Keep in mind that there is a 10% take rate, which basically means Pickaxe will take 10% of what you make if you were to sell access to your studios, and I'll show you how this all works in a moment. And keep in mind that this AppSumo deal is tied to all future Gold plan updates. And if we were to compare this with the plans on their website, it is tied to the Gold plan, which is originally $29 per month. So it includes all of these features and 1,000 credits per month. All right, now to get 1,000 credits per month from AppSumo, you need to get Tier 3. So a Pickaxe is essentially a custom version of ChatGPT or a custom AI that's trained on your own data that you can use and other people can use. So there are 2 types of pickaxes. You can create a form or a chat. You'll need to create these 2 manually, but if you want to use AI to create a pickaxe, you can select the automatic AI builder. Now I think the chat is very fun and very powerful. So let's create a chat. Okay, so for this chatbot, you can basically give it any type of information that you want. So a great use case would be maybe an expert on a specific subject, or maybe an expert on software. So if you are using a specific software and you are too lazy to read through all of the help documents, what you can do is basically feed all of the help documents into this chatbot and then just ask it any questions, and then the chatbot will help you to use the tool. So let's just say we want to create an Ahrefs expert. Okay, so we can ask it any questions and it'll tell us about SEO and how to use the Ahrefs tool. So let's give it a role. So I said, you are an Ahrefs expert. You know everything about this tool. You are also an SEO veteran and have 13 years of optimizing websites for SEO. And then you can choose your AI model right here. One thing to note is that the AppSumo deal does not include OpenAI o1. Hopefully they will include it in the future, but we'll see. But for this example, let's do GPT-4o. That one is really good already, so I'm going to select GPT-4o. And then we can give it some capabilities as well. So we can allow users to upload their own files, and we can also have it generate images. But since this is an Ahrefs expert, I don't think these 2 capabilities would be necessary. Next are the introductions. So we can add an intro message. So whenever someone starts the chatbot, this is the first message that they will get. I said, hello, please let me know what questions you have about Ahrefs or SEO. And on the right-hand side is the chat preview, so you can see how it looks like in real time. We can also have it generate icebreakers as well, which are essentially helpful prompts that get pre-populated at the bottom that gives people some idea as to what to ask this chatbot. So it generated 3 here. So how can I use Ahrefs to improve my website's search engine ranking? What are the best strategies for conducting keyword research with Ahrefs? And then you can also add your own, edit them as well. And the last part is the prompt injection. So a prompt injection sets a consistent instruction that is prepended to each user message. This allows you to remind the chatbot of certain important instructions. Only the AI will see this message. So these are additional instructions that's specifically meant for the AI to follow. So if you really wanted to respond in a very specific way and not veer off, then you would need to add that in the prompt injection section. Okay, now let's go to the next step, which is configure. Okay, so here is where we can design the chatbot by creating a profile image. So we can upload an image or generate it using AI. We need to add a prompt. So I'm going to say a friendly SEO expert and click on generate. All right, so I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to click on save. So we have our profile image and we can choose, a chat icon if we wish. So I think let's do this pickaxe icon like that, and placeholder text. So the placeholder text is essentially this bar right here. So I can say, please ask your question here. And then you can see that in real time. Please ask your question here. Next, we can set up token lengths. So we can set up the max output length, which controls how long your pickaxe's response is allowed to be. Max input length, so it sets how long each user chat input can be. And then the memory buffer, which sets the amount of conversation that your chatbot will remember beyond the length of the existing training dialogue. So I'm going to just keep it at the standard limits right here. And then there is privacy. So who can use the pickaxe? Let's just keep it as public. We can also make the tool clonable or not. Let's keep it as not clonable. And training dialogue. So the training dialogue is a way to give the chatbot examples of how it should respond. For example, if you give 3 examples of one-word responses, it will reinforce the idea that the chatbot should respond with 1 word. So if you wanted to respond in a specific way, then you can add training dialogues right here. And then lastly is creativity. So you can decrease or increase the randomness and edit the word bias. So try to use these words, try to avoid these words. You can add them right here. And then next is the learn section. So this is where you feed it knowledge. So you can upload files. You can also upload web pages as well. So since this is an Ahrefs expert, let me actually update the name of this. Okay, so Ahrefs expert is the name of my chatbot. So I'm going to start by uploading a web page. So I found the Ahrefs help center. So there's tons of FAQ questions. There's pages on getting started with Ahrefs, the dashboards, site explorer, so on and so forth. So let's add this first web page into this chatbot. So I'm going to click on scrape page. Okay, so this is the main URL. And it also crawled other pages as well. So this community page, site explorer page, and these additional pages within the help center. Now I think this section, getting started with Ahrefs, is very important. So let me try to search for that specific URL. Okay, getting started with Ahrefs is already added as knowledge. Let me see what else is important that the chatbot should know about. So let's do keywords explorer. Let me copy this URL and let's see if it's in the knowledge already. Okay, keywords explorer is already there. So it seems like all the main URLs within the help section is already added as knowledge. So I'm going to add to knowledge base, and there's 32 pages. Now keep in mind that there is a 50-page limit. Okay, so we are in 23 pages, so we are good. But I was creating another chatbot earlier, and there was over 50 pages, and it didn't allow me to add all the pages. So keep that in mind. Okay, so it can only take 50 pages. So now we just need to wait for Pickaxe to analyze all of these pages. All right, so it looks like it's almost done analyzing the pages. Now there's chunks here. So these are basically chunks of information. So you can also turn on and off the knowledge and also delete the knowledge as well. Now in terms of the chunks, like say for example, let's click into this link so we can explore this file. So there's 10 knowledge chunks in this particular link right here. So we can test a question or phrase to see the chunks your pickaxe will retrieve. So I can say something like maybe, where do I find my IP address, since this is about IP addresses. So 10 knowledge chunks, so it seems like it's pulling from these 10 chunks. So you can test to see what information from the URLs the knowledge is getting pulled from. Now you'll see this icon here to edit. Now the AppSumo plan is not tied to Pro, so you cannot edit these knowledge chunks. So whatever Pickaxe decides to pull will be that. You cannot edit the knowledge that it scraped. It's essentially what it finds is what it will use for the knowledge. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so it looks like there are a handful that failed to fetch. So we can retry it and have it crawl, scrape again. Now, if I scroll down, we can update the knowledge settings. So we can set the relevance cutoff, the amount, so how much information should be pulled per query, context, so is there context the AI should know about the information being pulled? If not, leave in the default phrase. And then refresh website knowledge base. I think this is helpful because if the website gets updated regularly, you want it to crawl it regularly as well so that the information is most accurate. So let's just say maybe every week. Okay, so now we can continue on, but before we continue on, we can chat with the AI right now just to see how it responds. And depending on how it responds, we can change the knowledge base, configure it, update the prompt, so on and so forth. Okay, so I clicked one of the icebreaker prompts. And so I said, how can I use Ahrefs to improve my website's search engine ranking? And then it said, improving your website's search engine ranking using Ahrefs involves several strategic steps. And then they listed all of those steps right here. So I think it's pretty good, right? So if you like it, great. If not, you can go maybe change the prompt here, maybe add a prompt injection, maybe change the introductions. Also, if you want to configure the profile image to something different, maybe add a training dialogue, you can update all of these settings and then test the chat again to make sure it responds the way you want it to respond. Okay, but I think this is good. Now let's click on Act, which is the last step. So this is the connected actions. Now I think these actions make the chatbot so much more powerful. Okay, so you can add Google search. So it searches the web if the user's question requires it. You can also connect Flux Schnell, so it generates text to image. There is the PDF generator. You can send summary email to the owner, generate DALL-E 3 images, so on and so forth. And they also have basic Task Magic webhook, prompt chain with Pickaxe Chatbot, and prompt chain directly with OpenAI. Now let me show you the other community actions. So these are all of the community actions that you can connect with your Pickaxe. Now, when it comes to these actions, there's a limit in terms of the AppSumo deal. So this is where you'll have to kind of keep note of. So actions per tool. So license tier 1 just gives you 1 action, and then 2 actions, and then 3 actions. So I have tier 3, so I can choose up to 3 actions. So I think the very helpful ones would be Google search, right? In case the knowledge that I give it isn't enough to answer the person's question, I can add this trigger prompt. So searches the web if the user's question requires it. So I can say something like searches the web if the user's question is not a part of your knowledge, then click on connect. And then I think send summary email to owner could be a good one as well, and maybe PDF generator, right? So I think these are very, very powerful. And maybe, I don't know, it depends on your use case, but maybe the Web Pilot. Web Pilot provides fast AI search and quality writing tools for better content creation and easy use. But regardless, these are all of your options. Okay, so once we are done, let's click on publish. Okay, so this is our share link. So we can copy this and share it with anyone. So to preview this Pickaxe, so this is a Pickaxe, okay? So it's basically a chat. So we can chat with this Ahrefs expert. So we can ask it something like, how do I use the Keywords Explorer feature? Okay, so let's see what it responds with. All right, so it says, okay, so yeah, this is pretty extensive. So it says the Keywords Explorer feature in Ahrefs is powerful. So access Keywords Explorer, so log in, navigate to the Keywords Explorer tool, and then enter keywords. You can input up to 10,000 keywords at once, analyze keywords. Once you hit search, it will provide you with detailed metrics. These metrics help you understand the potential of each keyword, so on and so forth. Now, let me pull up a help article, and let's just say, let's see, what does clicks stand for in Keywords Explorer? So I'm going to pull some information to see if the chatbot can respond with that. So let's see. So this last paragraph here, the higher the CPS clicks per search, the more chances that you'll get some traffic, even if you're not ranking number one for that search query. So let me ask a question about CPS. Is a higher CPS better? Let's see what it answers. Okay, so it says, in the context of SEO and Ahrefs, CPS stands for cost per sale, but that's actually not what it says right here, clicks per search. So let me see if this particular URL is part of its knowledge. So I'm going to go back to edit and go to learn. Okay, so it doesn't seem like this particular URL is part of the knowledge, which is why it couldn't answer it. So let's try to add that page and have it scrape it. Okay, and aside from that single URL, it found other ones, but I actually just want to add that one URL. So I'm gonna uncheck the rest and just click add to knowledge for that single URL. Okay, so it is added and it is right here. Now let me click on publish and let me refresh this chatbot. Okay, now let's ask it that same question and let's see if it answers correctly. Okay, so it says, yes, a higher CPS can generally be considered better as it suggests that people are clicking on multiple links to satisfy their search queries. So yeah, it answered it correctly. So with Pickaxe, you want to make sure it has the knowledge that people might be asking. Okay, so let me go back to the control panel. Okay, so you can see the history of the chat, what it generated. You can see the total runs today, general settings. So you can use Pickaxe credits, which are, the credits available to you according to the AppSumo tier you get. You can also use your own API key and privacy settings, prompts run per user. You can limit that as well, just so like that you don't use up your credits. Okay, so maybe you could say 15 prompts per user. And then we can click on deploy. So you can embed this chatbot. So you can basically embed this onto your website, or you can add it to a studio. So let me click on add to studio. Okay, so right now I have just one studio, and with the lifetime deal, I have tier 3, so I can create 50 studios. I already created 2 other pickaxes, an on-page optimization tool and a SEMrush expert. So we just created the Ahrefs expert. Now let me go into my studio. So a studio is essentially an AI product that you can share with others, and you can monetize this as well. So you can charge someone to use this AI product. And the AI product includes all of your pickaxes. Okay, so for this SEO expert, you can add all of these pickaxes. So there's an Ahrefs expert, an on-page optimization tool, a SEMrush expert. So let's edit it. So I'm going to click on edit for this studio. And so this is kind of like the home page of my studio. So I'm going to click on pages, and right now I have 2 pickaxes. Now let me add the third one. So I'm going to click on add tool and click on Ahrefs expert. So now these 3 chatbots are part of my studio. So I'm going to click on save, and then you can also update the landing page. You can change the studio logo, decide whether or not you want the hero section, change the hero image, and all of these design settings you can change to make sure it looks good. Now let me go back to pages, account page. So this is kind of like the account settings that someone would be able to see once they gain access. And then there's also pop-ups as well. So when you log in to the studio, this is what a user would be able to see. This is the sign up page. access denied, request access, reset password, upgrade, for guests. So if they've reached their uses, they would need to upgrade. Okay, and then you can set the free uses in the settings, right? And then for upgrade message for members, you can set a specific message as well. For members, which are basically people who already have Pickaxe's accounts. Guests, you don't need an account within Pickaxe. And then you can also design it additionally, like the content, the typography, monitor the various metrics of your studio, and then access as well. So public, invite only, payment type. So I'm gonna make this free, but you can do a one-time payment or a subscription. Now, if you do any of these two, keep in mind that Pickaxe will take 10% of whatever you earn. And in terms of usage tiers, so usage limit, 10 uses per month. Pickaxe is offered all pickaxes. You can also limit the pickaxes that they receive for guests. And for members, you can set the limit to whatever you want and the pickaxes. Like say, for example, maybe the guest, I only want them to get access to the on-page optimization tool. So you can set it like that. You can also add another tier if you want. And then this is where you set up your Stripe at the bottom right here. But for this studio, I'm gonna make it free, then click on Save Edits. And now let's copy the link and let me show you how it looks like. Okay, so this is my studio. So this is my main heading here, and you can add additional content if you want, then click on Try It Out. Okay, so these are my 3 chatbots inside my studio. And again, you can make this free like what I did, or have a one-time payment or a monthly subscription. So we can ask the SEMrush expert anything we want. So I gave this SEMrush expert some blog articles as well, like this one right here, how to write copy that turns readers into customers. So let's test it out. So let's see, maybe I can ask it about quick tips for writing effective headlines. So I'm gonna ask, what are some quick tips for writing effective headlines? And let's see what the SEMrush expert comes with. Okay, so it provided us with 5 tips. So focus on one key message, keep it short. Now let's compare that with this blog article. Focus on one key message, keep it short. So yeah, it answered it perfectly. Okay, and then this is the on-page optimization tool. So you can give this a keyword, and then it'll provide you with all the optimizations you need to optimize the page, and then Hrefs expert. So you can ask any Hrefs related question. Now let me go back here and let me show you the AI feature. So I'm gonna go to Create and Automatic AI Builder. So I used this to create the on-page optimization tool. Okay, so when you use the Automatic AI Builder, it's essentially chat. So the chat looks like this. Okay, so Automatic Pickaxe Builder. So it asks you 3 questions. So I said, yes, I'm ready. Great, let's start with the first question. What type of tool do you want to build? An on-page optimization tool. What will people do with the tool? They will give you a keyword and you will give them the title tag, meta description, alt image tags, and related terms to add to the page. What's your unique take on it? With just one keyword, you can have AI research and find all ways to optimize your page for that keyword to rank #1 on Google. And then it says, I understand you want to provide a comprehensive AI-powered solution for on-page SEO optimization based on a single keyword, so on and so forth. So it generated the persona, the rules it should follow, and the approach to on-page optimization. Does this prompt align with your vision for the tool? I said yes. And loading, great, it's being generated. You can edit and manage your tool here. So you can very quickly come up with your own chatbot by using the Automatic AI Builder. Okay, so this is the Automatic AI Builder. You just answer 3 questions and it generates the AI for you. So I'm gonna click on here, and this is the tool that the Pickaxe AI generated for me by answering the 3 questions that it asked, right? So this is the role, and then you can update the capabilities, instructions, configure it, add some knowledge, add some actions, right? So this is what the AI created. So this is the unique angle. So I give it a keyword. Okay, so I'm just gonna first say hello. Okay, so how can I assist you today with on-page optimization? Just provide me with a keyword you'd like to optimize for. So I'm gonna say affiliate marketing blog. So that is my keyword. Okay, so it generated all the on-page optimization elements. So it generated the title tag, the meta description, alt image tags, and related terms for page content. So now I have my own on-page optimization assistant that I can share with others or charge people for. So even though I ranked Pickaxe number 4, it doesn't mean that it's a bad tool. I think it's very, very powerful. It's very unique, and you can just do so much with it. I think in the coming year, there will be a lot of other Pickaxe alternatives. And I think this is just one of the first few that have cropped up so far. And I'm excited where this custom GPT arena will grow into the future. Now, if you want access to my free Notion doc of tons of must-have SaaS tools for digital entrepreneurs to grow their business, click the link in my description to get this free Notion doc. Now, if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and also subscribe to my channel. If you want to check out my other videos, feel free to click any of the ones on the screen. Thanks.